I don't think it was a singular condition in the market that caused this idea to emerge. I think it's the convergence of several of them, and it's all hypothesis. Like you never really know, right? But I think that the idea of Git workflows, Git really, like the adoption of Git and more specifically GitHub, and developers falling in love with this idea of source control for everything, because that's a jump that I did, right? Like we didn't always used to think about our website as like code or as like something that is meritful enough to be within source control. But suddenly you notice that there's so many benefits of the Git workflow that map into the publishing workflow for a website. I'm making changes. I want to preview them. I want to show them to someone on this other branch. I want to publish them. And so I'm merging them. And so that lends itself so well. And so I think that another thing was just the emergence of static site generators, right? Because until you had static site generators probably made it easier for people to think about their front end website as like real code. Another thing that I've kind of heard people mention is just the readiness and evolution of the Node ecosystem and the JavaScript ecosystem. So, maybe all of these things together, maybe the commoditization of the CDN, and then maybe just luck. I'm sure. By the way, I'm sure folks have tried to to Jamstack right earlier on, but maybe it didn't catch up. Maybe there wasn't enough frustration with a large enough amount of developers and so forth and so forth. And maybe the prevalence of hacking. Maybe hacking has been getting worse and worse and worse towards 2015 and 16, and that was an extra push. But it also just took people like Matt Billman and Chris Bach to put these pieces of the puzzle together and crystallize a product around it. I for most of 2015, I was trying to do that like individually as a person in my mind in my free time, and I was using terms like I had a good friend. Ron Sondler, who we used to talk a lot about this since 2010, and we used to look for ways to describe what this thing that we want to do would be, and like we started calling it like cPanel for domains, or like a cPanel for a new way to building. And I think that at the end of the day, Netlify was able to productize all of these ideas in a way that is just the people that just clicked for people, right? And that was basically the kickstart. It doesn't encompass the entire industry, but it was a very important piece of the story that helped birth the ecosystem, or at the very least accelerate the ecosystem.